Hey everyone, my name is Jace and I'm a solo game developer living in Sweden, working on my dream little game project, and I have no idea how it's going to go, but I guess we'll find out sooner or later. And before you ask, I am Jace. I know the beanie isn't on, but it is me. It is still me, nonetheless. Welcome to the video, everyone. Today's going to be the state of dev for March 2024. As I mentioned in a video like 1.5 weeks ago, I'm going to be changing up the format of how I do some of my videos, just so I can create more space and time for both myself to recharge my energy, but also more time to work on the game. So today's video is going to feel a little bit more informal. Let me know, by all means, how you feel about this format, because if this works out really well for you guys, it's going to work out really well for me as well. Now, today's state of dev is going to cover a couple things. So there's going to be some 2D animation stuff. There's going to be some stuff about writing. There's going to be some stuff about the karaoke system. I might talk on, or just touch on art a little bit, and then I'll talk about what I plan on doing for the next month as well. And I think maybe that format will be pretty good. But before we get into it, I want to take a quick second to thank today's sponsor of the video, Zenva. If you're excited about game development with Godot 4, you've got to check out Zenva Academy. They offer easy-to-follow courses that are ideal for both beginners and intermediate-level developers looking for structured learning pathways. What's awesome about Zenva is how they make learning fun and practical. You get professional video tutorials, written lessons, and interactive quizzes. Plus, you'll get to work on real projects building games in different genres like open world, RPGs, and FPS. And Zenva isn't just about Godot. They offer courses on Python, Unity, Unreal, and other tools. With one subscription, including a 7-day free trial, you unlock 250 courses and 32 learning pathways. And here's the special deal. If you use the link in the description below or pinned comment, you'll get an extra 20% off the first year of your annual Zenva subscription on top of any existing site discounts. That's a significant saving for a world of game development knowledge, and the offer is only valid to the first 50 subscribers. So if you're ready to dive into Godot 4 or any other game development areas, Zenva is the place to be. So grab this offer and start your game development adventure today. Thanks a lot, Zenva, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the state of dev. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk a little bit about is some 2D animation stuff. So as you can see here, I have a sprite that I had drawn previously. I drew this guy quite a while ago, actually, and what I wanted to do was animate this person. So previously in the game, we had this blob here, and this is like the idle animation of the blob, like this. And then there's like, you know, the right idle animation and things like that. And then we had like a walking animation. He's kind of just strutting his stuff here. I kind of really like the feet on the up walk animation. I kind of like that. Pretty good. Left and right walk as well. Okay, and the purpose of this blob, and you may have seen them in previous videos, this is just kind of like a placeholder thing, but I use it as kind of like a template or a guide of how I can maybe animate my future sprites as well. So it's possible that I reworked the blob a little bit, but I still wanted to try and adapt one of my characters that I had drawn using the blob and seeing how does that sort of fare. And so I actually ended up doing this on stream, and this is sort of what we got. So we got the down idle animation here, and then I actually hadn't had a left or right drawing of this guy or a behind one, but I ended up drawing that one. I think we drew that on stream as well. And then right idle, up idle, and then here comes the walking ones, which are really challenging, but I think it, you know, looks pretty good. There's probably improvements that can be made, but it looks like he's walking. It looks like it's the same person walking, and here's the same kind of thing here. I kind of like the left and right walk animations. I think they're pretty good. And so that's this person animated. And then so what I ended up doing was exporting them to Godot, and here they are, and replaced the blob that we were using before, and we actually put it into the game. So let's take a look at this guy real quick. So here they are, and this felt so cool to have like a piece of art, like a character that I drew myself in the game. I mean, I guess I drew this guy. This is Chad over here. I drew this guy, and then this guy down here was drawn by Frucci. But yeah, as you can see here, this is one of my characters that I drew, and I think they look great, and I think the animation is pretty nice. There he is! Oh my god! He's even got bouncy hair when he walks to the right. Look. Yo, sick. I think there's maybe one kind of weird. Yeah, when I walk down, it looks like his head pops up. You know, he's like walking so quick. He's like, whoa, we're going on a mission, you know? Gas, gas, gas. We're going to step on the gas tonight. You know, that kind of thing, right? So I'll probably have to fix that. I'll have to like move it down a little bit. But I kind of like the animation. I think it's pretty good. I'm really pleased with it. Maybe we just fix this right now. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of want to fix it. Maybe this will be fun to watch. I'll show you guys. All right. So here I'm going to fix this guy's head. What I kind of want to do is move it down 1 pixel when from the walk animation. So this is the walk animation, and I kind of want it to go down 1 pixel. So let's just do that. And the other really cool thing about this, so we're just gonna grab that, and then go to the next frame. Next frame I'll have to trace again, I think, yeah. The thing that I was also happy to, see about this was having drawn the blob, and we're working from the blob, right? It only took me a couple hours to get this guy all of his left, right, and behind drawings, and all of these animations. It took me 2 hours or something like that, or no, it was a full stream. It might have been 4 hours or something like that. But the fact that it took me, like, this is the first time that I was doing this, that it only took me just a couple hours. I was very pleased about that, and I hope that, like, in the future, when I do more characters, that it will take a similar amount of time. And also, there's not going to be, there'll probably be a lot of NPCs in the game, but there are probably not going to be many NPCs that have more animations than an idle and a walk, So hopefully it's not going to be too much work in that regard. The other thing that I'm really proud of, by the way, and so this is already done, that was nice. The other thing I'm really proud of, I wanted to show, is that this guy is like literally my third ever 2D animation. The blob was the second one, right? That I showed you guys before. And then this like lady holding a cat was the other one. So like the fact that I, did what I did in the time that I did to the quality that I did, and it's not perfect, but it's decent. I think it's decent, is I think a really, really good sign. And this is something that I've noticed with art. I find myself very easily drawing characters. That is something that like my brain is at rest doing. It's just at rest doing it. When I create, if you guys didn't know, I have a coffee account, and the tier 3 folks there get doodles. In some of those doodles, right, the drawings, right, not the other kind of doodle, right, guys? In some of those drawings I include people, and whenever there's a doodle with people in it, those are the easiest ones for me to do. And whenever it's a doodle that has just environment, which usually I do those ones to challenge myself so I can practice environment, they're way harder for me to do. So I think that this is a good sign, that if I can do all this already, hopefully that continues in the future, and that we end up with nice characters. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe I just got lucky. Okay, this guy's done, so we'll export him. We'll export them. So export sprite sheet. Okay, wait, one thing I need to do is I need to choose the right number of frames, because this is not real animation. And if I export these to the sprite sheet, then it will be wrong. There'll be the wrong number of frames in the sprite sheet, basically. Export that. Yep. And this is the sprite sheet, by the way. It's just basically 48 by 48 pixel frames of each frame. Now, I think, again, I'm still new to 2D animation, and so I think that like you're probably supposed to like put these on different lines so that it's not one long thing, but this works for now, and maybe I can look into how to fix that, or what's best later, or you guys can let me know in the comments below if you know what's best for this kind of thing. Should I have like each direction, or each like idle should be on one line, walk should be on another line? I'm not sure. You guys can let me know. And then so I bring it over to Godot, and it should have already been updated now. So let's see if we can sort of see. Maybe no one's gonna notice the difference, but I'll notice the difference. Yeah, this already looks way better. It doesn't feel like his head is jutting back as much when I switch from a side animation to a down animation. It doesn't feel like it so much anymore, whereas it did before. So that's nice. And that's how I just sort of update a sprite in Godot. And the way that the sprites work, if you're curious, you have these sprite frames here. These are all the animations that I have, and you can load in just sprites from any kind of thing. So this is the sprite sheet here, and I know that it's a 40 by 1, I think. Yeah, so the size is 48 by 48. There's 40 frames of animation. And so you can see here that these frames, these boxes, are evenly placed around each, character here. So we know that we've allocated the frames correctly. And then you can just choose like what belongs where. So if I'm going to be doing idle down, that's these 4 frames here. If I want idle left, I choose these 4, and then I add the frames, and then they pop in like this. I did some cleaning up and improvements to the karaoke system, so we now have a song select screen. Here we are. It's very simple. My goal here on the right-hand side is to have meta information about the songs. It could be your best score. It could be the name of the name's here. Maybe some information. Maybe there'll be like, yeah, highest scores. Maybe difficulty. I don't know. We'll see. This is just all, template kind of stuff, right? And also this menu here also works with keyboard. So I'm not using the mouse at all. And I started a song. Actually, we will stop this song. So we have a resume and quit as well, which I think was... Yeah, that was in, I think, the previous video. So you can use the keyboard and mouse, and it should work with a controller. And so this song select screen is done. I'll talk a little bit more about this song select screen in just a moment, because the next screen that I want to show you is the results screen. But before we get to the results screen, we do have to play a song. And one thing you may also notice with this is... Here we have the combos appearing down the bottom. So that's new as well. The combo tracking was not new. That was actually already done under the hood before, but I just hadn't implemented the UI of it yet, but that is now done. My stream viewers are having an aneurysm right now. They're sick of this song, but it is what it is. Okay. Here we go, and this is the score. So it's obviously not formatted very well, looks like shit, but the information is here, and that's what's important. The final score is calculated, the perfects goods are there, and the highest combo is counted as well. So that's pretty good. And then we press incredible, and we go back to the guy. So the cutscene that we were in with the guy before resumes, and actually his response here is based off the results that we got before, so that the results are passed over. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was the song select screen again. So in doing this, I actually had to, we were working on this on stream actually, and we came across an issue where the way I had structured the karaoke minigame did not really lend itself very smoothly to a song selection screen, which is not a good thing, because I want a song select screen. People should be able to choose what song they want, and also what song you play and its metadata should be separated from the karaoke minigame's functionality, obviously, but that's just not how it was before. Previously, what I would do was I would make duplicates of the karaoke game itself with different variables for each song, which is absurd, absolutely absurd. But I think I was just doing that before just to get something up and running. And now we have a song select screen. That previous implementation didn't work anymore. So I refactored it so that now instead, if we go down, we have song information, Godot resources here, which have their music and the different vocal melody lines for them, tempo, song name, also the chart, which is the arrows for the song, for that song. Just here, it's just the metadata, and this could maybe even store things like reading in like high scores and things like that potentially, and so that kind of information can be shown on the song select screen. Could even, in theory, we could even play the song on the song select screen, because all this information is already here, the backing track and the melody perfect. So that's pretty cool, right? So yeah, I had to do a bit of a refactor on that. So we were working on that on stream, and I had run into that issue, and then we were like, well, we're not gonna be able to make this song select screen on stream anymore because I have to refactor some stuff. And that's just how it goes sometimes. And that's why I always hammer home that if there's anything that breaks the flow of the game, if there are any steps that are necessary to change the game's state from one thing to another. So it could be from playing the game to talking to someone to animating in the karaoke screen, whatever, like any of these little steps that like are required to play one after the other in order to transition the game from one state to another. Those are key red flag points for me that I always want to massage out of the way first before I get too deep into things, because they're usually the source of like big refactors that need to happen. And this is just one of those examples. So the next thing that I want to talk about is writing, and there's been quite a bit of progress on writing, but again, I always feel like I'm not doing enough, and so I feel like, maybe not enough, but there has been some pretty good progress on that. I've been working a bunch on, I have already all the major beats of how the game ought to play out pretty much figured out, but there are just more the specifics of like individual cutscenes or even how certain side quests need to play out. Those kinds of things still need to be, those details need to be ironed out. And it might sound good that like, okay, it's cool that you've got the whole bigger picture sorted out, that's all well and good. But the details is that's the hard part, I think. It's comforting to know that I think that the bigger picture will be good in terms of the writing and story, but the details are hard to execute, and that requires a lot of time and acclimatization. And just, again, it just requires me to sit with the work and just put in the hours. And so that's what I have done a little bit of, and it's been really fun, by the way. Writing has been so fun. Putting all my ideas down into my writing application and just fleshing that out is just endlessly entertaining for me. It's always fun to also, you know, balance the urge to want to explain more and more and more, but also hold back, right? So that things don't blow up out of proportion and the scale doesn't go up too high. And that is a fun balance for me. I have always been a fan of games that have obviously a lot of rich lore and a lot of rich sort of world building to it, but they don't explain it to you. You just feel the world building, and actually you only experience a small portion of the world. That's something that I love about certain kinds of games, and I think that this is probably going to be the same kind of thing here, where there's going to be this kind of world that I'm not really going to explain everything to everyone. You just kind of get to see a glimpse of part of the world, and hopefully you feel the rest of it, right? And that's the approach that I'm kind of taking with writing. I've also been in touch with a writer friend of mine they're a professional writer, and it's been really nice talking to them and getting sort of like sanity checks basically on, like, I'm saying this is kind of my process, or these are these kind of like roadblocks that I'm running into. Is that normal, or am I doing something completely wrong? And I'm really happy to report that they're like, no, this is pretty common to run into this stuff. The fact that you're running into these issues is not a sign that you're doing things wrong. That's just what the work is like. You will just run into this, and you just need to persevere, and you're going to be okay. It's another thing that I really liked about it was that there's someone who, they wanted to know the story. They want it, like, even though it's incomplete, there's someone who works with writing. They know what incomplete stories and things like that are like. They're not going to be spoiled or have their experience ruined. In fact, they revel in incomplete stories. So it's been really fun to be able to actually talk to them about my story and let them know like what it is I'm trying to accomplish. And they seem to be pretty excited about it. I don't want to hype the story up too much because who knows, maybe my execution won't be good, but they seem to be excited about it. I'm kind of excited about it, and that's really cool. They also asked a lot of questions, and this is something that felt really validating. They asked a bunch of questions that I had already asked myself and had answers to without me even prompting them. So that to me says, all right, maybe I'm on the right track. Maybe I do have something good here, and that it's going to be okay, because you know, like the sort of holes that they may have seen were holes that I had already seen and accounted for. They did bring up a couple red flags as well, though. Nothing like super deal breakery. They're just like, these are things that you need to account for and look into, you know, sooner rather than later. And so that's great feedback that I got from them as well. So I've got some direction on things that I can work on. I've also got some validation that I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, because it will probably be okay. And so that's really nice. So then the next thing that I want to talk about is what I'm going to be doing for the next month. And the next month is going to be, I want to focus on more writing, because I need to get these particulars, all these details down, right? Those details also inform art and level design, and art and level design also inform the writing as well. So the three things that I want to work on is art, level design, and writing. Now, the art and the level design are two things. There's another reason I really want to focus on them, is because they are my two weakest areas. They're the things that I have the least confidence in that I can achieve. And I think I have to throw my body at it, and I just need to sit down and just really, really hammer in the hours. And, you know, it's something that I find to be very difficult, but I know that if I just do it more, hopefully it will become easier. And maybe the difficulty that I feel is just inexperience, and if I just put more and more and more time in, it's just going to get easier. So we'll see how it goes, but at the same time, I need to make progress in those areas in order to know what else I need to program next, because I need to like start building cutscenes, so I know what functionality I need for cutscenes, or so I know what, you know, other things I need to do if I'm loading in levels or anything like that. So this is one area that is severely underdeveloped and is a big red flag and problem area for me in the game, is the art and the level design. But hopefully this next month will lead to more answers than questions, and hopefully it'll be some good progress. Okay. Next month, when there's another State of Dev, hopefully hopefully I'll have more in those areas to show you. I probably won't have anything from the writing side to show you, but I will be putting a lot of time in that. I'll just tell you I did a lot, and that's probably it. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this format. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe I rambled too much. Maybe it was nice to just have. It's just, I don't know, man. Just let me know. Okay. Let me know. Is it okay without the beanie? Did I jump scare you? Was it too much? Let me know, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like. Do consider following me on the socials, join the Discord, hang out with us between videos or streams or anything like that. And I hope to see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Take care until then, and have a good one. Bye, everyone.